I'm Scott L. Miller. It is the 8th of November, 2021. This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog, and in case it wasn't incredibly obvious, we are back in Las Piñatas, León, Nicaragua, after 3 weeks away and a harrowing adventure of travel, wondering if we were ever going to get back. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch, but we were worried about getting back this week. We are here, we are home, everything is good. We lost a lot of money and time dealing with all of that. But oh my gosh, it feels good to be home. So we started off this morning. If you saw yesterday's episode, we were at the Best Western Las Mercedes Managua Airport, which, by the way, is a really interesting hotel. I did a little bit of a walk around in yesterday's episode, which I actually filmed early this morning, just on the iPhone because I didn't have the GoPro or anything with me on the trip. And it's a really cool hotel. The front of it, first of all, is directly across the street from the airport, so it's hard to get more convenient if you're coming in at the airport. I mean, it is the airport hotel. So if you need to ever fly into Managua and just, not even get a taxi, just walk straight across the street, you can totally do that there. If you're ever wondering, can I walk to the Best Western? Absolutely. All you have to do is cross. It is a major road, but you can totally walk across it. And if you need to, they have a shuttle that takes you there. No big deal. Just call them when you arrive. They'll come get you in a few minutes and you're there in 2 minutes, literally, as fast as they can do a U-turn. So the entrance to the hotel, the lobby, is very modern. It's all concrete construction and very fancy and reminds you, not exactly, but more or less, of an American hotel. The moment you step out of the lobby to the back area, you are outdoors and in gardens and little wooden cottages, each with 2 rooms in them, which worked out perfect for us. We actually had a cottage to ourselves, room 21 for the girls and 23 for Dominica and I, and it was just a single cottage with 2 rooms in it and outside entrances. So we shared a wall. No one else was in our building whatsoever. It's not big rooms, but totally comfortable. The showers were good. Really no complaints, except we had no Wi-Fi. When we first got there, the Wi-Fi was great. We tested the speed and everything. It was fine. We got that for about 10 minutes. By the time we went to dinner, which was the first thing we did, it had cut out and it never came back all night. And of course, our T-Mobile coverage does give us data, but it is extremely little data. So things like WhatsApp and Telegram were working, but as far as even surfing the web and getting email and stuff, pretty difficult. But so we started the morning there. We got up pretty early, partially because of the time change, partially because of the time zone change, and partially just because we were exhausted after yesterday. So we had gone to bed very, very early. And so we just naturally woke up pretty early. So we were up about 6 o'clock, and then we got the kids up around 7:30, and went to breakfast. Breakfast is included, and it's a really good breakfast, like top notch. I mean, this is a breakfast. In the States, you would pay $15 at least to get a breakfast that is not quite as good. And if you were treating it like a brunch place, which is almost what it was like, you could pay $20, $25 and feel good about it in the United States. Here, it was just included in a room that I think was about $45 or $50. So very good value for the breakfast. Okay, that truck was going way too fast for Las Piñatas. All right, so breakfast, they had an omelet bar, really well done, amazing bread. They had like danishes and croissants. They had lots of meats for those people who want that. They had Maduro and gallo pinto, of course, really good. Queso frito, coffee, fresh juices, like not a really extensive menu, but really good. Got some kids playing baseball over here. I'll try to get them just a little bit. And yeah, that was delicious. While we were there, we had already packed up because we had been up early, right? So we got up and packed and did all that before breakfast. While we were at breakfast, Paul and Carlos, the driver, which is one of the guys that works for Leo, arrived with the van. So Paul came and joined us for some coffee, and then we took everything out to the van and did our drive home. So really, we got a quick start this morning on getting back, which was nice, right? We don't want to do anything in Managua, and everything. Obviously, last night, for those following the news, there was a concern. That's why we were staying in Managua, and it was silent. Absolutely nothing happened, nothing to worry about, which is what we expected. We kept telling everyone this is not going to be an issue, but we were not going to be foolish and travel at night. That would just be stupid. Plus, we'd be exhausted, and as always, you have no idea what time you're going to get out of the airport. You land at 5:30 like we did. Maybe you go right through like we did, or maybe something goes wrong with customs and they want you to stay for 3 days like happened to us last time. So you just don't want to take that risk. Staying across the street at a nice hotel where you can go relax, deal with whatever you need, know that you have a place to go is absolutely worth it, unless you are a backpacker with a $10 budget and no way to do anything else. So it all worked out great. Got on the road, drove about an hour on the way back, and we stopped at the Casillo place that Melvin took Paul and I to. Boy, seems like another lifetime ago, back in March, when we were first looking at the first hotel before we had even been to Las Penitas. And just Paul got breakfast because he did not get breakfast with the rest of us. The rest of us just hung out for a little bit. They do have birds there, like some macaws and stuff. So the girls went and looked at them, played on their phones, whatever. And then we got back on the road and drove back. So it was probably about, I'm kind of guessing, around about 11 o'clock, 11:30 that we were back at the hotel. It is Monday, so it is incredibly slow in town. There are no people anywhere. There's hardly any cars. There's no one out and about. There are no customers at the restaurant. Nothing. So very, very chill. And there's a dog in the road. Do I know you? I don't even know if I know that. I've been away for so long, I don't know all the dogs anymore. It's crazy. So we got back to the hotel and everybody was so excited to see us. We got hugs. The dogs were freaking out that we were back. So we spent quite a bit of time just hanging out with the dogs. And then, hi. Oh, he's scared. We're gonna see him. There he is. He kind of wanted to see me, and then when I got closer, he got nervous. I am feeling the heat, even though it's a beautiful day. We're in the low 80s today and a little bit humid, but 3 weeks in the cold, and when you come back, you feel it. It feels good, but I'm sweaty. So, and it is just a gorgeous day. I'm gonna swing around and start walking back, but the sun has just been absolutely gorgeous. Now, the big thing that's happened yesterday, well, we didn't get to see it until today, is that this is the highest tide of the year, apparently, is this week, and the tide came up and it took most of our beach away. So our neighbor, Playa Roca, they have in the past put in all these huge sandbags to protect their beach. And I've never seen them, I've just heard stories of them. And the ocean came in yesterday and took so much of the beach away that all their sandbags are exposed and stuff's ripped out, and it's pretty violent. And they have, I've shown in previous videos, they have these pipes that come out in the middle of their beach, and they're way down. So you stand way over them and you can see the guys digging way down below to be able to get to these pipes to allow them to drain. Well, those pipes are now quite a bit above the beach. So the beach has dropped probably about 6 feet since we left, and mostly just the last few days. So that's crazy. The same thing happened at ours. I mean, we're right next door. So the same thing happened to us. The beach is gone right up to the front of our restaurant. We now have sandbags that the village came out and helped put in that are protecting us what little bit they can. So our beach is not eroding further at the moment. We're really hopeful that the ocean brings the sand back very, very soon, because it definitely, one, we're very precarious, and two, it doesn't look great with your exposed sandbags. You want beautiful beach there, and normally, and sometimes it's just a slope from our hotel all the way down to the ocean, right? And that's what it was when we first came here, and now it's this dramatic drop-off. About 6 of our tables are now gone. I mean, we have them, but we can't have them out anymore because they would now be way down below and below the water line. So yeah, we lost a lot of seating with the way that the sand has changed. So yeah, that's a really big deal. Also a big deal, we found out when we got back, our neighbor here, he's an American, but he's been here for, say, 20, 25 years. He Now, I don't know if the purpose, right? He went back to the United States and he had surgery. I don't know that he went back for surgery. I don't believe so. I don't know if it was elective or the timing was elective, but he ended up getting surgery in the United States instead of Nicaragua. And my understanding is that they botched it. And right now it's touch and go. We don't know if he's gonna make it, and they're saying if he does, that he may be losing his leg, may have to do an amputation. So that's really dramatic, and another, I can't believe someone would live here and go back to the States for surgery. Maybe go to Mexico, but we have really good hospitals here, really good medical care. I don't know, I can't imagine wanting to go back to the US for something like that. That would be very scary, and that's exactly why. But maybe it was just an emergency that happened while he was there. I have no idea. It is such a quiet day in town. This is so pleasant. So that is pretty much our day. I spent the day, once we were back, hanging out in the office. You know, there's a lot to do with the hotel, a lot to do with the office. Liesel pretty much spent the afternoon hanging out in the office with me and the dogs. She wanted to be with the dogs. Luciana wanted to be with Minerva, the cat. So she is upstairs playing Slime Rancher all afternoon on Liesel's new laptop, and just hanging out with the little kitten, who is very happy that the girls are home. Boy, that is about it. Not a lot of actual news. We are just so thankful to be back. It has been such a big adventure of being in Miami, then New York, then Houston, then Miami, and missing our flight, and this ongoing struggle to get home. And here we are back. And let me tell you, from the moment we landed, you could feel the stress dropping away. It just got so much more relaxing, and everything felt so much more comfortable. And really today, because you know, yesterday we were really dealing with the airport and stuff, so it's only possible to be so comfortable. But getting into the hotel and getting back to Nicaraguan food and Nicaraguan restaurants and all that, and then driving from Managua to León to Las Piñatas today, it really hit me just how much we get a sense of home being here. Like, it really has changed for us. This is now what is comfortable. This is where we feel like we belong. And just that drive, it felt like, oh, getting closer to home, getting closer to, you know, where things feel right. And it's just, it really is clicking, which was surprising because we've only been here a little over 6 months, right? It's not been that long. And we've lived other places. And I've said before that when we first got to Spain many, many years ago in 2015, you know, Spain had a natural, felt very much like home. And I think of any place that we just show up to, Spain certainly has that. In Andalusia, it really does just feel so comfortable and natural. But here in Nicaragua, we've been here so many times, having, you know, lived here in a stint in 2015, having visited in 2019, having visited in 2021, and now having been here longer than we've been anywhere for sure. It's really made itself into home in a way that no other place really has. And it's incredible. I'm very surprised that it happened so quickly. I was really thinking that it would take a couple years before it really started to have that feel, because it is in many ways quite exotic compared to the United States. This is not a place where you come and it just feels like the same as everywhere else. It really is its own place, even compared to the neighboring countries, right? It doesn't feel like Honduras, it doesn't feel like Costa Rica, it certainly doesn't feel like Panama, and nothing like Mexico. Hi, you're a handsome dog. Why are you cutting me off? Oh, you need petted. This dog demanded I give him attention. I'm like, why is he coming right up to me? No, just wanted pets. So being such a unique place and so completely different than anywhere else we've ever lived, to be so incredibly just our home now is great. It really is satisfying. It makes us feel very good about the choices we've made. You know, we don't come back and go, oh, we got to deal with that or that other thing again. It's not like that. It's so much coming back and going, oh, except for the hot water, this is just so much more comfortable in every way. So yeah, we're very happy, and I'm about to wrap this up for the day. It is only 4:30. It's a little bit on the early side. I'm a little bit warm for sure. I'm going to go cool down, wrap up my day at the office, and I'm gonna go over to Playa Roca, get some rum with everybody, because that's where they're hanging out. I don't know if we can see them as we go by. Nope, not from here, but all right. I will see all of you tomorrow.